Right here, right now, I want to remind you of who you truly are. You, my friend, are always free. And this might sound weird to you. This might sound like a complete gruesome lie, but it is true. Because everything in your life, the entire experience you have of this existence is based on how you feel and how connected you are to the freedom that is always there. Let me give you an example so you can connect what I'm saying to your real life. I always felt that, and I was taught that working for myself, so being self-employed or being a freelancer, is freer than doing a job. And this is a narrative that goes on, right? You can see it in social media, you can see it everywhere, where people are saying, in order to be free, you need to work for yourself, or that is the path to freedom, or they're using it for promotional purposes and to lure you into their programs, etc. Though there is some truth in that, what I realized is that it is not completely true. How I feel, whether I feel free or not, has nothing to do with what I'm doing. It has nothing to do with who I am surrounded with. It has absolutely nothing to do with circumstances I'm in. Which means, and this is a great news for all of us, not only for me, but for you. This means that we can decide and we can change how free we feel. You can feel free in literally any environment. You can feel the freedom of having your job, of being self-employed, of having your business, being a freelancer. You can feel the freedom of that if you let yourself feel it. And if you arrange your life in such a way that it supports that freedom. On the other side, you can feel free while you're in a job, whatever that job might be. You can feel free if you decide to let yourself feel free and arrange your life in such a way that you feel the freedom that is already there. Can you see that it all depends on your inner state? It all depends on your perception of reality. It all depends on your emotional maturity. It all depends on what you decide for yourself. If you decide right here, right now, if you decide I am a free individual, I am a free human being, your reality will reflect that. I promise you, it's a fact. It's the fact. How free you feel has nothing to do with your environment, with people who are around you, what do you do or do not do, all of that jazz. It has nothing to do with that. It's your personal decision and a state of mind. How to shift into that state of mind. How to shift into feeling free, knowing that you are free all of the time. I will help you do that right now. So shift into this state of being by realizing that you are not a tree. You can move. If you don't like the environment you're in, you can change it. If you do not like the way you live your life, you can change it. You have options. You have the choice. All of the freedom that you will experience in this life is related to your freedom of choice. It is your freedom of choice. You can't change anything. You can improve anything. You also have the freedom to destroy your life completely if that is what you want. Or if you are not aware that you have a choice to change it for better. So you're so free. You're so free that you can demolish your life. You can destroy every single relationship you have. You can destroy your health. You have that freedom. How will you use it? Are you going to use the freedom of choice that you already have and you will always have? Are you going to choose that you're going to use that freedom of choice to build a life that is beautiful, to build a life that is worth living, that is fulfilling, that is joyful, that is loving? Or are you going to use that freedom that you have always had and will always have to destroy what is already there, to be ungrateful, to waste your time, your energy, your resources, to destroy everything you have and make it even worse? Claim that. Claim that you have a choice. Claim that choice. Claim that freedom. And you become free because you always were. That's how you become truly free. By realizing that you always had a choice, that you always will have a choice, that your life is in your hands and in the hands of higher power, God, universe. By knowing this, you can change anything. You can improve anything. You can heal anything. I'm not only a firm believer of this, but I am a living proof that this is the truth. At one point in my life, I didn't like myself so much and I didn't like my life so much. And these are the gentlest, this is the gentlest form in which I'm explaining this. It was awful. The way I lived, my relationships, the way I related to my career, the way I led myself through life was horrendous. It wasn't healthy at all. It wasn't supportive. I carried a lot of trauma. It was a mess. And at one point, I realized through personal work, through therapy, through healing, through emotional healing, right? I realized I was always free. I was always free because I always had a choice, and I have it now, and I will always have it. I will always have the freedom to choose the life I want to live. And the moment I chose that, it was 2017 for the first time, and then I chose it again with even more confidence a couple of years after, and then I chose that again with even higher and wider awareness and even more confidence and love and power and trust in myself a couple of years later, and again and again and again, and each and every time I chose that freedom and said, it's mine. It's mine. My life changed dramatically. Life supported me. Life was already there. God was already there, waiting for me to make a choice. Because the biggest gift this creator or creational force of consciousness, whatever you like, did and gave to you and me, the biggest gift is that freedom. Freedom of choice. This intelligence, this supreme consciousness said, look, you are going to have different experiences. You're going to have experiences that are extremely painful. You're going to have like lukewarm, ordinary experiences. You will have ecstatic, joyful, incredible experiences. You will have them all. And throughout it all, I'm also giving you freedom of choice. You choose. You can pick. You can choose how you are going to respond. You can choose to change your perspective. You can choose to be a kinder human. You can choose to become healthier, to do things and act in a way that it will make you healthier inevitably. You have a choice of what you're eating, how you're thinking. You have a choice. Who you are surrounded with, you have a choice. You can choose your environment. So, how to become free? If you're somewhere where you're not happy and you suffer and it hurts and you are confused and lost, depressed, anxious, if you are in that place right now, just know that you can change it. And just know that it is a fact. It is not my opinion. It is a fact. And let me be a person that will remind you of that today. Let me be a person that will remind you that if you are in a situation that is okay and you know that it can be better, you know that you can do better, without shame, without regret, without being aggressive and harsh towards yourself, but fucking change it. From the love you have for yourself, even if you have a tiny bit of that life within yourself right now, and that love within yourself right now, and that strength and courage and confidence in yourself right now, even if you have a tiny little bit, like a seed, like a seed of potential, use that seed to change. Use that seed to return to the truth of who you are, and you are a limitless being.